injured here. 1v1 Green Tooth Gorge. This is elite mod. Blue side we have Dark Riku as a warp spider Exarch teleporting commander, fights range, good at harassing and capping early on with lots of nasty crowd control late game. Penny Flame, also known as Codex on the red side, plays as a force commander, offensive melee, quite versatile, can tank, disrupt and even support a little. Green Tooth Gorge, east to west run the VPs, east side natural for Penny Flame, west side natural for Dark Riku, and a contested VP in the centre. Dark Riku going for some Howling Banshees out the gate, melee unit with power weapons, nice for chopping up heavily armoured marines such as these guys. Durable and versatile ranged infantry, tactical marines. Quite an interesting matchup. Hellfire rounds will be brutal in tier 2 if we see some Stern card. Scouts will take the east side. Warp Exarch went over there to harass. And we're going to see double scouts from Penny Flame. At least one of those guys will have shotguns, I would think, up against Banshees. Dire Revengers toiling on the west side are going to cap up stuff. 2-to-1 cap for Codex. Scouts capping all of the east side up. And Warp Exarch chased all the way to the top of the map. Look at this. Codex taking half of his army to chase this guy down. Tactical Marines trying to force melee. He knew the Warp Exarch was going to retreat there and does, forcing him off. Finally, Scouts capping the wreck point. 482, 495 Guardian weapon team on the field for Dark Riku. Start off with a Shuriken cannon in tow. This thing suppresses. Can get a Bright Lance in tier 2. Howling Banshees here, not capping. Are they going to harass power? Looks like they are. Do a decent job versus generators with their power weapons, but they are now getting shot up by attacks. And here comes the Force Commander. Force Commander is pretty dangerous for Banshees. He can knock them around with his Battle Cry special attacks while stuff shoots them up, but they do get away okay with one loss. Banshees will always bleed you. Rangers on the way for Dark Riku, such a popular unit versus Space Marines, and for good reason. We might see two. The Scouts decap and retreat with one loss, not bad. Rangers are still 330 in the mod, 479, 495. What we're going to see from this Force Commander, I think we should teleport in tier 2, or the teleporter even. He has had some war gear prices adjusted, mostly increased I think, to balance him out. He's a bit too strong in retail, I think. Most people agree with that. Penny Flame now getting some Assault Marines. Tactical Marines ripping through those Dire Revengers in retreat. Tactical Marines no slouching melee for a range unit. Rangers now capping mid. Sniper infantry, good burst damage from range. Really nice for getting tactical marine models low. If you double up your rangers, you can take out models as well from very long range. You can also disrupt with kinetic shot, which is awesome. And they take out scout models with each shot, level 1 scout models in a way. Warp Exarch not capping the east side. Center is decapped, Rangers running away. West side is blue, Codex, aka Penny Flame perhaps, expecting Rangers, and pretty much our only option in tier 1 is to try and jump them. Shuriken suppressing those Assault Marines and moving forward. Howling Banshees standing alongside, waiting for the Assault Marines to jump, and now they go in. They are up against Tactical Marines though, and a Force Commander, and here comes Scouts. Howling Banshees using their washout, and there you see the special attacks from the Force Commander forcing off those Banshees. He's so dangerous with that for them. And melee units in general, of course, Sluggers and Heretics and Hormagaunts get the same treatment. It's kind of this built-in soft melee counter that Space Marines can start with. There's a grenade on that building, but those guys forced off by Dire Revenger fire, and they have their aspect, gives them plasma grenades energy shields and a health buff up to 666 hit points from 500. 469, 470, very close early on. But look at the map control for Dark Riku. Using the insane mobility of this Warts of Exarch, he's unable to cap that, but will decap this wreck point, which just matured to plus 25 a minute. Dark Riku in very good shape, could go tier 2 now, and does. No double ranges then. Always very difficult for Marines versus Eldar in tier 1, I think, especially versus this fellow. Knocked on his face, or on his arse even, by the Force Commander, teleports away. What is he up to? He's going to take the garrison? No, he's just trolling. 469, 215. Dark Riku coming up to halfway to tier 2. Are we going to see Stone Guard? Are we going to see Vanguard in tier 3? Are we going to see Dark Reapers? Fire Dragons? Dire Avengers on the west side have it completely capped up to here. And Rangers now capping east. Penny Flame losing scout models to those Rangers all the time. Howling Banshees now catching these Assault Marines, so dangerous with those power weapons. They can even it up a little bit in tier 2 when they get their Sergeant with Merciless Strike. Grenade misses the Assault Marines and they preserve all of their models. 400 hit points a pop, and they cost less in elite mod, 450 instead of 550. Rangers getting shot, still can't get a model off those guys. Need to retreat, fellas. Nope, he's keeping him in play, backing him up with some Dire Avengers. Turns around, gets in a kinetic shot even. 469, 323, a triple cap for Dark Riku. Codex really struggling for map control. Even with double scouts, not much more you can do than get double scouts, and still this Warts of Exarch out capping the might of the Space Marines quite easily. Scouts backing off. Gonna take the garrison, are they? Nope. Warts of Exarch just wants to decap stuff again. No war gear. We do see the Power Sword and Armor of Alacrity. Not sure how the Power Sword was changed in the mod, if it got any kind of tweaks. Has the same DPS. I think it might have got a tweak to its special attack, I'm not sure. 469, 281. Scouts decapping the east side, but still huge map control for Dark Riku. Tactical Marines without a flamer in tier 1 suggests he is going to get Stern Guard. Can they take down the Warts of Exarch? Almost did. Big hit there from the Power Sword, almost finished him. Also gets a Plasma Pistol with the Power Sword. Assault Marines trying to jump the Rangers, turn around. Kinetic shot did not knock them down. Was that kinetic shot? I thought it was. Howling Banshees going in, they have their Exarch. She has her spear, and they are now kicking some Assault Marine arse, but knocked back again by the Force Commander. Shuriken Cannon taking out models. Assault Marines get away with a single model, and a full retreat for Codex apart from these Tactical Marines which are still in play. 469, 250, 2-to-1 cap for Dark Riku. And Dark Riku is floating here. Codex is not even tier 2 yet. Dark Riku not chosen a tier 2 unit to get. Scouts capping mid. Dire Avengers capping east, and Tax capping west. Tax still enjoying the 50% faster cap rate. We have Pathfinder gear for the Rangers. Four 6-9, 2-3-6. Howling Banshees being reinforced. Did some good work versus those Assault Marines then. Scouts now capping east, and Dark Riku is starting to get evened up in map control. Tactical Marines now have their Sergeant one upgrade away from Stern Guard. Assault Marines jump in those Guardian weapon team. Here come Howling Banshees. Guardian weapon team might be wiped. Needs to retreat them. Dark Riku and they get finished off by the power sword. Howling Banshees now in amongst Assault Marines, but attacks are joining in the fight, and they are overwhelmed. Are they even going to get away? Assault Marines could jump again. No, they can't. They don't have the energy. They do have their sergeant though, which is why that fight went very, very differently from the one around the power here. Dark Riku replacing his weapon squad. Lots of reinforcing for him to do, and that was a very, very good passage of play for Codex. 469 193, a triple cap, and we see a flamer on attacks. Maybe we won't see Stern Guard. Getting Stern Guard, of course, makes you forego your weapon upgrade, though they do have the ammo. Very surprised he's gone for a flamer there. Very, very surprised. Hellfire rounds would be so great versus these Banshees and Dire Avengers and Rangers, and of course the What's for Exarch, who's gone down. Hellfire rounds are pretty ridiculous versus commanders right now. Dark Riku loses his Banshees. This is very, very, very bad. Shuriken Cannon set up in the face of the Force Commander, and he runs away, has Armor of Alacrity. Now suppressing these attacks, who are down to 3 models. They finish off 2 gens, and huge losses for Dark Riku. Reinforces his Rangers and Dire Avengers and gets them out to the field. Rangers coming out of base, Shuriken Cannon also, and he replaces his Howling Banshees. Now we see a Librarian. Ouch, Scouts almost wiping those Dire Avengers. Must have been a grenade. And trying to chase them down with Veil of Time. Can they do it? It's the Exarch who's left with 13 hit points. I don't think they are. Now 11. They get away. 443 169. Already the Tome of Time up on a Librarian. Nice synergy with both the Force Commander and those Assault Marines. Howling Banshees chasing off these Scouts. Don't have any upgrades yet. Dark Riku is tier 3 though. I'm so surprised we haven't seen Stern Guard from Codex. Hellfire rounds would be awesome right now. He did wipe Banshees without them pretty fine. 443 160. Single cap for Dark Riku. Gonna be a 2-to-1. He's tier 3, is he saving for an avatar? He might be. Fire Prism would be risky with Melter Bombs and a possible Power Fist with Teleporter around. That's a lot of ifs though. Fire Prism is a powerful unit. Scouts capping east side. Look at the map control still for Dark Riku. Even with all those losses, What's for Exarch still teleporting around and being a complete nuisance. Look, he's still level 1. Level 3 Force Commander. Power Sword, of course, buffing the damage buff from Battle Cry. Maybe we'll see a Sacred Standard. Power being hit here and will completely go down. Might even be decapped. Scouts come in. Codex starting to make moves in map control now. But here comes an avatar from Dark Riku. Can he swing this around again? 441 136 still has a huge VP advantage, and still this What's for Exarch is decapping wreck points all over the shop. Needs to be very careful here. Will be able to decap, but he doesn't want to linger and cap. He of course doesn't know that they're coming. Now he does. Or does he? Yes. Teleports away and retreats, and he'll be fine. 428 136. Avatar halfway done for Dark Riku.
We must arm for even crueler warfare.
Scouts decapping. And now cap. Rangers haven't been as effective as perhaps they would have if they were doubled up by Dark Riku. He was able to go tier 2 very, very early, but took ages to... In fact, he didn't even get a tier 2 now, did he? He went straight to tier 3. 409 136. Dark Creepers perhaps would have been nice with their plasma damage. Howling Banshees have their washout, and now they have their Exarch fleeting away. 401, 136, 2 to 1 for Codex. Can he come back here? Avatar hits the field. Super unit for Eldar. Powerful in melee, very durable as well, and emits an AoE buff to allied infantry. Damage resistance and suppression resistance, I believe. Something like that anyway. Walks the Exarch, knocked on his arse, but gets away. How's he going to deal with this Avatar? Avatar is a super heavy infantry unit, not a vehicle unit. So plasma and power weapons are great.
Do not falter, for victory is within reach.
Are we going to see some Stone Guard? He has level 2 tax right now. He might just give them a plasma gun. And in fact he is giving them a plasma gun. Getting Stone Guard veterans resets your tactical marines level. 366, 136, and we do see the sacred standard for the force commander. A constant AoE 25% damage buff. Awesome accessory for him. He has really great accessories though. And Rangers decap the east side and flee. These guys didn't even level. Dark Creepers now on the way for Dark Riku. Librarian hanging back for Codex. Dire Avengers caught a bit too long. There's a grenade, but it might be wiped out here. Exarch again just about gets away. These guys haven't leveled either. Codex really has got the best of almost every engagement. Dark Riku able to just outcap him like crazy. Here are the Dark Reapers, and they are getting their aspects, which I think gives them pinning shots. And they retreat here. Should not have retreated. Howling Banshee's now in melee. There's a smite, and Howling Banshee's forced off. Rangers getting too close to this engagement and need to run away. 365, 104. Melter bomb on the Avatar. And he's now in a bit of trouble here. Power sword. Librarian also has a power weapon, although it's a force sword in the lore. And Avatar taking a lot of damage. He is quite close to base though. And here come Dark Creepers and Dire Avengers. And Scouts wiped in a blink of an eye by those Dark Creepers. Good grief. They are forced to retreat though after that very nasty smite. Dark Riku needs to be aware of that and keep his forces split. Avatar survives. Tactical Marines had used They Shall Know No Fear, reducing their speed but making them really damage resistant. I think it makes them suppression resistant as well. Penny Flame is tier 3, could get Terminators very soon. Now he can't, had to reinforce his... What did he reinforce? His Assault Marines, I think. Assault Marines have to repurchase their Sergeant as well. I don't think he should have done that. Should have got Terminators down. Well, it's not too long to wait. 351, 104. Dark Creepers coming out of base again. They have their aspects. There we see Pinion Fire, and permanently increases the range damage by 15%, as you can see. Pinning Fire, I believe, suppresses, I think, or it's just a huge hail of bullets or something like that. I really should know these things. 338, 104. Also Exarch taking a huge risk trying to decap, and does so. Teleports out. No, he didn't decap. Teleported out too quickly. Big merciless strike. Absolutely owning those Banshees. Good grief. And a full retreat from Codex. What the hell? Could have jumped those Shuriken. Would have had an Avatar to deal with, but still. And Dark Riku still outcapping Codex. Here are Assault Terminators. Is that the right choice versus very mobile Eldar forces? Perhaps he wants to just sit them on one of the objectives, on one of the VPs, I should say, and leave them there. Dark Riku going for another Guardian Weapon team. He has seen those Terminators. He might get a Bright Lance out for those Terminators because they do pretty nice damage to those guys. Look at this from these Dark Reapers with those plasma weapons, absolutely owning the Terminators. Look at the damage they did in a few seconds there. Do not have their Exarch yet. They are getting him now. 327, 72. Codex is running out of VPs and still has an Avatar to deal with. Dark Riku losing 2 Banshee squads and a Guardian weapon team. Penny Flame has lost scouts. Has he lost anything else? I don't think he has. 327, 62. Assault Marines jumping in, but he is layering Guardian weapon teams here. That's why he bought another one for the Assault Marines. Force Commander almost taken down. Dark Creepers now coming into their own. Avatar chasing these things. Assault Marines jump the second Guardian weapon team. These guys are level 3 now. Very, very tough Assault Marines. And they retreat. Too late, do they? Is he going to lose both Guardian weapon teams? Almost did. 322. 58. Penny Flame with a 2-to-1, but can he hold on to it? Terminators with their Thunderhammers have heavy melee damage, so not doing as much to this Avatar as if they had Lightning Claws. It does make them tougher though, of course. You get a health buff with the shields. Orcs of Exarch trying to decap mid again. Forced off. We might see Codex get a triple hit. More scouts on the way for Codex. A good choice late game to try and get map control, because he's cutting this very close. 287, 58. Dark Creepers capping mid. Have their Exarch and their Aspect now. 276, 58. They have a really, really nasty missile launcher ability. I think they need to purchase it separately. Yes, because I don't see it on these guys. Scouts decapping. Something the Warts of Exarch cap, no doubt. And he's now level 2. Level 5 Force Commander, really nicely done with his Power Sword and Secret Standard. There is the 2-to-1 for Dark Riku. More Howling Banshees on the way. How long will these guys last? Tactical Marines forced off with 2 losses. 266, 48. Shield taken down by the jump. No sign of Vanguard veterans either from Penny Flame. Has done all of this with the non-elite units. 266, 42. And look at the red that Dark Riku has.
It is time to add to our war panoply.
Banshees on capping duty. I would have saved my resources to try and get some Seer Council out. 265, 42 is a single cap for Codex. Huge damage on those scouts. And I think the Dark Creepers now have the missile launcher. I couldn't quite see. Again, Dark Riku a bit late to move his shuriken off there, but does get it away. And now has 2 again. 256, 42. There is the missile launcher ability. Ouch, that was on retreating tacks. Howling Banshee's now getting in retreat path. Have their Aspect, gives them a health buff and wash out, but they don't have their Exarch yet. Assault Terminator is backing off. 256, 42. Scouts running away from the Warts for Exarch. He should turn around and cap the west. He's still chasing those scouts. Dark Riku not paying attention to his commander right now. He's focused on these Banshees, I think. There's a grenade. Ouch, nicely done from Codex. 251, 42. Banshees forced off again. Is he going to lose them? Really doesn't want to send them anywhere alone, I don't think. Of course, Penny Flame has level 4 attacks, level 3 Assault Marines. Warts for Exarch did turn around and caps west. 2-to-1 for Dark Riku. Penny Flame has to try and take this Avatar down. There is Wrath of Cain. backs away his forces. Nice use of Veil of Time there to back them off. Force Commander going after the Dark Reapers, trying to tie them up, but he's forced off. Gets too close to the Shuriken. Can the Force Commander be taken down? He can, but there is the huge 40% now damage buff of Sacred Standard. Eldritch Storm on the central VP, wiped out some scouts, did it, or something? Wiped out the attacks? No, they're back here, I'm not sure what he did. 2-4, 2-5-1, 21. Assault Terminator is now in amongst it, and they're going to wipe these Dire Avengers. Or was that the Dark Reapers? It was the Dark Reapers, ouch. Where are the Dire Avengers? They are backing off. 2-5-1, 12, this is going to be a victory for Dark Riku. Surely. Tactical Marines decap mid, maybe not. Another, no, it's a decannon this time from Dark Riku. Codex floating tons of power, almost 400. Still no Vanguard for those Assault Terminators, Assault Marines even. Assault Terminators cannot level, of course. 2-4-2, 9. It's a 2-1 for Codex. Can he hold on? Decannon on the way, and in fact he's on the field. Look at the range this thing has. Artillery unit for Eldar has the Singularity ability, which he might be relying on to stop caps here. He even flings Terminators around. Howling Banshee trying to cap the east side. Not the best unit to have capping on their own versus an entire army. Now in retreat. And they're going to go down again, aren't they? Yep, bolt pistols of the Assault Marines finished them off. Drop pod dropped on the central VP. That thing will now stay there. It now becomes a permanent reinforcement point for the Space Marines. You need to take it out if you want to get rid of it. 2, 3, 6, 9. It's a no cap game. Scouts take west and knock the Warps or Exarch off the cap. Can he deal with them? Can he even deal with them? These guys are level 3 and have shotguns. Has to teleport out. Sensor is blue. It's a 1-1. Codex will have a 2-1, but it's a big ask to hold on to these 9 VPs. He really needs to focus on the east and center and harass the west with the scouts. Veil of Time on these Tactical Marines now, level 4 of course. Avatar has done well, he's still around. Acted as a pretty nice wall for Dark Riku. Haven't seen a very nice Wailing Doom though. There's a Melter Bomb, there is Wrath of Cain, and he might be in trouble here. But he's not backing off, he's very isolated against a lot of stuff. There is Wailing Doom. And nicely hit. Especially against his Assault Marines. But can he get away now? Is Codex even going to bother chasing it? He wants to cap mid. Veil of Time on the Tax, who are reinforced and now cap, and that drop pod is still there, so Penny Flame can cap around it and reinforce, and there is an Eldritch Storm again, knocking everything flying. Tactical Marines get up with one loss. They are now Stern Guard veterans and they get up and start capping again, and there is the victory for Dark Riku. Stern Guard veterans showing up right at the end of the game. GG called by both players. Very nice win for Dark Riku. Superb capping power from the Warps or Exarch, winning him the game pretty much. Codex struggled for map control the entire game. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.